Hello and welcome to the first episode of Racing with Celebs, the show which puts famous personalities through their paces on the racetrack and lets you see how they will cope under pressure. It's fun, it's fast-paced, and you'll also learn many secrets about our celebrities. During each episode of Racing with Celebs, myself, Christo Davids, and my co-presenter Johan Snyman will introduce you to a variety of celebrities and show you how they cope under pressure on the racetrack. Today we are at the well-known Midvaal Raceway in Meyerton, and soon we'll be introducing you to today's celebrity, Drikus Plessis, a well-known figure both here and abroad in extreme fighting championships. Let's go and find out more about the cars from my co-presenter Johan Snyman.
Matt, welcome to Racing with Celebs, and a very big thank you for giving us an opportunity to drive these beautiful cars.
Yeah, it's fantastic to be here, and thank you very much for inviting us. Hope we have a good day today. We brought 3 cars, so it should be good.
Matt, can you please give us a little bit of background on Nash Motorsport?
So Nash Motorsport was started 2 years ago as a company to build this sports car, which is your very basic entry level into motorsport, and specifically the South African Endurance Series. The aim behind it was to make it the most cost-effective race car in the country, just so that we could, obviously with our economy the way that it is, bring more people into motorsport.
And the cost itself, can you tell us a little bit more about it, the cost involved to race or build a car like this?
So the car's not that cheap to buy, but the running costs are definitely the lowest in the country. We run brake pads that last forever. Everything is based off VW components. VW Motorsport have been a massive help with this project. It runs a VW 8-valve Golf engine, which anybody can build, and they're an easily available engine. And a lot of the running gear, the steering rack, the brakes, everything like that come from a Golf. So all old 8-valve technology, old 8-valve gearbox, that kind of thing. All in a proper race car chassis and with proper race car suspension.
Matt, if anyone would like to race these cars or get involved in motorsports, what can they do?
Contact us on nashmotorsport.co.za. Our phone number's on there, our address is on there, all the details of the car are on there. And yeah, anytime anyone likes, we're big into promoting motorsport in South Africa. We spend a lot of time with people, with our fans, with our customers, that kind of thing. And we're available at most racetracks. We're often around SWAT Corps.
Yeah, so I think it's time to go racing.
Awesome.
Somebody didn't tell Drikus Plessis that he must bring long socks, so he's got his hideaways underneath those ATS boots. He's ready to go though by the looks of things. I think he's pretty fired up to get into the race car and see what these Nash specials can do around Midvaal. Coming from a fighting background, I'm sure he's eager to have a little fight out on track. Let's get those little cars unloaded and onto the ground. You can see the Nash Motorsport team getting the cars unloaded and ready to go now. And we're going to see some lap times, I think, out of Drikus. He seems like he's good to go for this one and could potentially be one of our top celebrities if he can get this car to work for him around the Midvaal circuit. Couple of final checks and of course a few of the bits and pieces are going to be added to the cars just to get them ready to go. Once that's done, it's just a final check of the engine, maybe just have a quick squiz at the tyre pressures and see what we're going to do now as our celebrities line up with our top race drivers.
Standing here, I have Drikus Plessis in the flesh. In terms of Extreme Fighting Championship, he's already made a name for himself both in South Africa and internationally. But first, let's find out how he feels about today. Drikus, welcome to Racing with Celebs.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me. I'm really excited.
You clearly have a fighting spirit, but have you ever wrestled with a race car before?
No, I can't say that I have. I've been in a race car with somebody else driving, but never driven one myself. So yeah, this is the first time and I'm really looking forward to it.
What's your expectations for today?
Yeah, I mean, I love speed, I love adrenaline. I'm a bit of an adrenaline junkie, so this is definitely something that ticks my box, and yeah, I can't wait to get out there.
As a trained professional, do you see any similarities between racing and fighting?
Yes, of course. I mean, there's the dedication, firstly, of training and staying fit, doing what you have to do to be the best physically and mentally and all. And I know with race car drivers, that's exactly the same as it is with MMA. You know, these guys prepare themselves to put their bodies through quite some tough times out there, and it's the same with MMA. I mean, you have to be mentally and physically ready to go out there, and you have to have like I would say, you have to have the kahunas to do it, and that's definitely one of the biggest things you can't teach.
What scares you the most?
What scares me the most is that I'm not really good at this. I think I am, but if I don't perform now, I hate not performing. So that's probably the thing that scares me most, is putting up a good show here.
Well, to make sure you have a fighting chance with these cars, James will now give you some safety guidelines. Over to you, James.
Welcome to Midvale, your first time out, I understand. We're just going to leave pit lane, do an orientation, find out where the corners are, and just get a general idea of what we need to be doing in the car. As you approach this, which will be the second corner, happily there's lots of handy cones around the track, so it's going to give us an idea of where to position the car. So that first cone was really just showing where we're going to start turning into this corner. And what you'll discover is that we only get to the inside of the corner very late. So we just take this progressive turn into the corner until we find this cone. That's telling us we're going to exit. Because the next corner is coming so quickly, we can't get all the way across the track, but we're going to again take a progressive turn into the corner. There's our exit cone there, and we're going to release to the outside of the track. That's then going to allow us now to steadily align for the next cone, which we see, which is going to set up the turn for this 180-degree corner here before we get onto the main straight. Generally speaking, you want to be setting yourself up with your hands at 10 to 2 on the wheel, and in the race car you should find that you never need to move your hands away from that position. Again, we've taken a long progressive turn into here. This exit, this clipping point cone has fallen over, and there you see where we're going to release out to. And we're going to release out to that cone, we're going to straighten the car up, and off we go down the main straight. This is the fastest part of the track, and here you'll be getting up into 4th gear. You'll be able to do the whole circuit in a combination of 3rd and 4th gear. Great. What we also generally try and do is we do all of our braking in a straight line. We don't use the engine as a brake. Okay. We only use the engine to select the right gear so that we can drive away from the corner. So we do all of the braking in that straight line. Before you turn into the corner, you will then change down into 3rd gear if that's feeling comfortable, and then you'll turn the corner. So we do all of the complicated stuff, or the confusing stuff, in a straight line. We get ourselves then nicely set up for the corner, so that then we're not worrying about taking our hands off the wheel or doing anything else other than driving through the corner. Perfect. Everything about getting through a corner is about getting the exit speed. That's where we find time on a racetrack, is how quickly do we leave the corner, not how quickly do we enter it. So it's all about arriving at the turning in point, taking a progressive turn into the corner. We can see the cone there, that's our target, and then it allows us to accelerate nicely out to the exit cone. This exit cone is pretty much the turn in for the next corner as well. We can find one progressive turn, there's the cone we want, and there's our exit cone. Once again, braking in a straight line, if there's a gear change necessary, you do it there. Turn, find the cone, release to the exit cone. And when I say release, in a road car, it's very easy just to let go, release your grip on the wheel so that the car will straighten itself. Yeah. In a race car, you always do it positively. It's positive turn in, positive turn out. So turn the car in, there it is, find the cone, and a positive turn out with the wheel. Don't let the car drive you, you drive the car.
Good advice there coming up, but up next we're going to get him on track to see what he can do in a race condition.